Hello you guys, it's Wayne from 101 Animation. I keep getting questions about the exposure sheet, so I'm doing it in parts. I'm taking it section by section. So on this one, I'm just going to explain how to put in your drawings within the frames that are on your exposure sheet. So I did this real simple test right here, and it's just a pendulum swinging back and forth, back and forth. And what we have here on the pendulum, when I go to the very first one, notice over here, I got my charts. And this is drawing 1, drawing 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15, 17, 18, back to 9, because I'm reusing this drawing. You'll see and you'll understand when I do that in the exposure sheet, and then to 20. Now, I got all these numbers. I got some of them on 2s and some of them on 1s. So let's take a look at this one more time. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the exposure sheet there. So now we got them side by side. And here's our animation that we did, and we went through the numbers, but we haven't done anything to the exposure sheet. Okay, so let's start off by, I'm just going to put in what the test is about. So it's just a pendulum. That's just the name of the scene. Okay, what I always do, remember, I always come in to one of my levels. There's our frame numbers, but I'm going to come in here and just put it on odds. Okay, so I've gone down this column. I used number 6 level column, went down and put everything on 2s. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use this column right there, and this is going to be where the animation is put in. It's a cycle. The pendulum is a cycle. Come back, look at it. It's just a cycle. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to number all these drawings onto the X sheet. And what I want to show you is how you put a cycle that has 1s and 2s, how you lay them out onto your exposure sheet. We're just going to come in there and we're going to lay in all these drawings. So I'll first come back over here, right there, and here. Here we got drawing 1, so I'm going to put drawing 1, I'm going to name it P1, and then over here I can see if I come back here, there's P3, come back here, P5, back here, P7, and then we switch to 2s. You'll see here it goes 7, 8, 9. So that means on my exposure sheet I'm going to write that in here. P8, P9, and let's see where we go with this. 9, 10, it's still on 1s. P10, P11, and now note over here we're going back to 2s because it's slowing in, so I don't need to put that on 1s. It's the fast actions again is why I have it on 1s in this area. Let me just show you right here. It's fast right there, right there. So I put it on 1s just to make it where it doesn't strobe as much. But then when it comes up here, it slows in. And then when it comes out of here, it's slowing out on 2s, 1s, 2s. And then it's on 2s, 2s, back to 1s, coming back through here. So now we'll get back to P11. Come back up here. There's P11. And I can see here, I've already figured this out. This is going to be P 13, and this is why, really important, this is why I put in everything on the odd numbers for me. It just makes it simpler. I can see all these numbers. Not all exposure sheets have the frame numbers like they have here. You can use those if you want. Okay, so we're at P13. We're on 2s, P15, P17, and now we'll come back over here. 13, 15, 17, and look, there it is. It's on ones right there. 17, 18, back to 9. Now this is going to be interesting for you. Back to 9. So I'm going to just put in P17, and there's P18, and here is going to be P9 right there. The reason it's P9 is because up there, there's P9, there's P9. They're the same drawings. Let me come back here. It's the same drawing as this one right there, P9. So there's P9. I'll just put that P9 there, and that's the same drawing as, come over there, as this one. They're the exact identical drawing. So instead of me redrawing something in a cycle, I'm just going to reuse the drawing. So there we go. So there's P9, and then we're going through the cycle. P9 there falls on, we can see it here. P9 there is falling on frame 19 in our timeline up here. And then the next one is going to be P20 on ones again. Come back here, P20. And then what I've done is I've created the cycle. The cycle is completely finished now, the first cycle. I'm going to run through this cycle until I fill up this exposure sheet. So then all I'm going to do is repeat all these numbers back here again. So then we're going to come back up to P1, and I'm just going to reuse it. P1, and I'm just copying what's up there. And there. Now we've repeated the cycle again, right there. There's one cycle, let me make that clear. One there, second one there. Now, the reason why I have to put these and make sure they correspond to these numbers here, because these are the frame numbers. So when I hand off the scene, the camera department is going to just go by the frame numbers right there, and they're going to know, oh, okay, on frame 2022, it gets repeated right there. It gets P1. Everything gets repeated, and they know where to lay down the animation for that particular exposure, that frame. And then all you do, if you want to, we'll just continue on. We'll finish off with the half cycle. We'll come in there, and we're just going to finish off P1, P3, P5, and all I'm doing is copying this. P7, then ones again, P8. I'll come back up in here, go back to the start of the scene. I'm going to circle my keys right there. There's 1, 7, come back over here, 7, circle, circle, 9, sorry about that, 9, 10, because this was my animation that I'd done. Everything else is in between. Then it shows me right there, 17, that's my drawing. And watch, when I come back, keep going, going, going. 17, 9, right there. I circled it. It's circled on my X sheet. That is more for the assistant. That is not for the camera department. Circling your keys and leaving those other drawings to be done by the assistant, that's why you circle them, or you can do all the drawings yourself as I have right here. And then we're just going to, I can look up here. I don't even have to look at my animation. I can look up here and I know which one are the keys. This is for the assistant. 7, 9, 11, and 10, 17, 9 again, 20, and then I just continue on, just copying all that. 2, 7, and that's it. So that's what it means. Let's recap here. What this was a cycle, and the cycle is on 1s and 2s. And what I did was I first created the cycle. I put down all the drawings that are in the cycle, and then I just wrote them down again and wrote them down halfway. It cuts right there on that part of it, and we got 1, 2 and a half cycle right there. Then it's done. The cameraman knows where it goes. The assistant knows, with the ones that aren't circled, knows which ones are to be done, or I'll say it again, you just finish it all off. That's fine. In full animation, animators usually do most of the drawings. Understand that. So that's it, really. Just write down, this is what I do. I come in, put in all odd numbers, and then I just fit all my animation onto it, whatever levels they are. It's about 1s and 2s and cycles. I hope this helps you guys, and thank you for watching. Bye.